Farmer Jonathan Miller had always been proud of his land. Acres of golden fields, red barns gleaming under the sun, and livestock so healthy that neighboring farmers often asked for his secret. But that pride began to crumble one quiet autumn morning when he noticed something wrong with his prized sow, Sassy. She had stopped eating. At first, Jonathan thought it was nothing serious. Pigs could be picky sometimes. He changed the grain, cleaned the troughs, even added supplements. But as the days passed, Sassy grew weaker. Her ribs began to show, and her once bright eyes turned dull. When the veterinarian came, he ran every test imaginable. Infections, parasites, digestive issues, everything came back clean. The vet shrugged helplessly. Jonathan's worry turned into suspicion. Someone had to be doing this. His mind immediately went to Robert Hayes, his longtime rival and next-door neighbor. Robert's farm was on the brink of foreclosure, and he had always envied Jonathan's success. Their feud went back years, ever since Jonathan outbid him for a prime piece of land by the creek. Fueled by anger, Jonathan stormed across the fields and confronted Robert face to face. "You been sneaking around my barn, Hayes?" he shouted. Robert smirked and leaned on his fence. "Your pigs don't like your food. That's your problem, Miller," he said coldly. Jonathan clenched his fists, but walked away, realizing he had no proof, just suspicion. Over the next week, Jonathan barely slept. Each night, he sat by the window with his shotgun across his lap, staring at the dark outline of his barn. Sounds of crickets and the creak of the windmill filled the silence. But no matter how many nights he stayed up, he saw nothing. Footprints, no broken locks, no signs of trespassing. Frustrated and desperate, he drove into town and bought a high-end surveillance system. Evening, he had installed hidden cameras throughout the property, including one directly above Sassy's feeding box. That night, he sat in his kitchen with a cup of black coffee, watching the grainy live feed on his laptop. Hours passed. Midnight came and went. When he began to doze off, the motion alarm chimed. Heart skipped. On the screen, a shadow moved inside the pen. He leaned closer. Breath caught in his throat. The figure moved silently toward the feeding trough, but it wasn't an animal. It was a person. Jonathan froze as the intruder's face turned toward the camera. His eyes widened in disbelief. It wasn't Robert. It was someone he never thought he'd see there. Someone from much closer to home. Without wasting a second, Jonathan grabbed his phone and called the sheriff. "Sheriff, you'd better get down here right now," he said, voice trembling. "I don't believe who's been sneaking into my barn." And subscribe for more amazing stories.